Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero comes out on October 10th, and this is great for the fighting game community. Not just the fighting game community, but specifically the anime fighting game community. The reason why, obviously, is because, well, it's Dragon Ball. Everyone loves Dragon Ball. The majority of people love Dragon Ball. There's so much Dragon Ball fighting games going around, that goes around that so many people love, and the fact that they're coming out with a game that basically encompasses almost all of those games all into one is what is going to make Sparking Zero so much better compared to other anime fighting. The reason why Dragon Ball Z works so well is because while the story of course could be interesting to some people, a lot of the main reason why people are going to Dragon Ball is for the fights. It's not necessarily for the story. While the story, in my opinion, is good and has good narrative and good symbolism, a lot of people basically go for the badass fighting and shit. And so with Sparking Zero, not only does it add the fact that, we're going back to Tenkaichi, which majority, if not everyone, would agree probably has the best fighting in, at least people who have played it probably would agree that it has the best type of like fighting style in any Dragon Ball game, that and Raging Blast 2. And the fact that we're getting that all in a modernized game in 2024 is just huge. Now, most people can agree that Dragon Ball probably has the best anime fighting games, or just anime games in general, such as Legacy of Goku 2, Raging Blast 2, Budokai Tenkaichi 2, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, just the Budokai series in general, Xenoverse 1, Xenoverse 2, Fighters. You can't really say that for a lot of other anime games. For example, Naruto. Whilst the Storm series is good, other series such as I don't really remember most of them, but a lot of the games for other anime aren't really as out there as Dragon Ball games. While I'm not saying that other anime games aren't good, however, it's very obvious that Dragon Ball just takes majority of the money when it comes to most anime games, and it's not even like close. You could go to a person and talk about the first Storm game, and they'd be like, I mean, it's good, but But if you go to someone and talk about maybe like Raging Blast 1 or maybe Budokai Tenkaichi 1, just in general, they will probably be able to tell you how good the game is. That's not to say that Budokai Tenkaichi 1 or Raging Blast 1 are better than Storm 1. It's just to say that it's more popular. More people know about the Tenkaichi series and more people know about Raging Blast. Now, to the reasoning as to why Sparking Zero is such a great thing for the entire anime fighting community, it brings so much more, Like, in other games, it's like, okay, you have the main story and then you have fighting with your friends, which most people are probably playing it to fight with your friends. But the fact that they have their own custom battles that you could send out to other people to do around the world adds so much more like layers to how many times you could play the game. While Storm 4 has a phenomenal legacy, it's, sequel connections didn't really do that well compared to Storm. But Sparking Zero already has its predecessors' games are already good. Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Budokai Tenkaichi 2, Budokai Tenkaichi 1, and even old Dragon Ball games such as Fighters, Xenoverse 2, and Xenoverse 1. All of those games have already done numbers, and so many people have played them, and some people still play them to this day. While some people are still on Storm 4, I went on Storm 4 and me and my friends tried to play, and there were barely many people online. Whereas in Xenoverse 2, if you go into the lobbies, you'll probably see a lot more people. Same with Fighters. It just shows that Dragon Ball really is just like the main, when it comes to anime games, Dragon Ball really is just the main source of it, and it's where majority of people probably start to play and majority of people probably enjoy. Once again, this is not me saying Storm 4 is bad. It's not me saying any other fighting game or anime game is bad. It's just to say that I believe Sparking Zero is going to be the best type of game for the anime fighting community, as not only does it introduce different ways to play the game, such as the what ifs and the different scenarios you could do, it brings in Dragon Ball, once again, just like the Budokai Tenkaichi series, it brings characters from the entire franchise all into one game. The whole franchise is in here, and the fact that Dragon Ball is so widespread and there's so many different characters, they could say, fuck it, let's bring in Xenoverse 2 characters. There's so much they could do with it, and especially with Daima coming out soon, it brings so much more action to it. I think we can all agree that the arena fighting games, they're not that good, such as the Demon Slayer game and many other games. Storm 4 does it well, but Dragon Ball Z always gets it done the best. I don't even think it's competition. Besides Storm 4 and some other Storm games, I don't think any like anime series out there probably even contends with Dragon Ball. Sparking Zero not only gives the opportunity to other anime series to try their best to try and not copy, but try and replicate well, that's the same thing. To try and make it so their games can kind of do a similar thing. For me personally, the thing, besides obviously fighting other people, the thing I'm excited for is the what if battles, because I feel like you can do so much with that. You've seen so many videos about how, what if battles, like what if Goku stayed in the time chamber? What if Gohan went Super Saiyan early? What if Goku went Super Saiyan early? All these videos, and all of these videos are interesting to people. So the fact that they're putting it in a game that you can not only show to the world, but you can post it on things like YouTube and Twitch, it just makes it so there's so much more content you could do, because not everyone's gonna have the same experience. While obviously there's probably a limited amount, they made sure to block that out by adding in custom battles. You could have Future Trunks go into the past and go fight Saiyan Saga Vegeta. And most people would be like, whoa, that's fucking crazy. But it's something you could do. It's custom battles. You could do it. With the added addition of World Tournament, which honestly, I think a lot of people are interested in, because you get to do ring outs, which is so much more fun with your friends, because it makes it so even if there's a skill gap, you can still knock them out of the ring and still win. Sparking Zero just has so much potential. And the fact that it's coming out in literally less than 2 weeks just makes it so much better. I'm obviously going to be playing the game like almost nonstop. Granted, I won't be playing with any of my friends in the Snow Clan because they're getting it on PS5 and I do not have a PS5, so it's unfortunate. However, that does not mean that I will not make videos on it. Eventually, either I'll get a PS5 or they'll get it on on PC, which will allow us to make videos about it together. But the point of this video is basically to say Sparking Zero is going to be phenomenal. I am completely inclined to believe that it's going to be the best anime fighting game we've ever had. And I don't think it'll even be close. The fact that Dragon Ball is so widespread, I can go to my mom and say Goku and she'll probably know who it is. Even if you don't like Dragon Ball, it's not fair to look at it and say that it's not popular. It's crazily popular. I could probably go out and go to random people and say, hey, do you know who this guy is? And show a picture of Goku and they're like, oh, that's the guy who screams, turns Super Saiyan. Even if it's what do people say? All publicity is good publicity. People will know Dragon, and people will play this game for years and years, and there'll continue to be different custom battles, different scenarios you could put in. And with the added DLC, with them adding maybe superhero or heroes, they can add so much more layers to it, which I don't know if they will or not. But also with Daima coming out, even if they don't add it, with Daima coming out, that also adds a whole other section of story that they can add on to. It's just so much you can do with Sparking Zero, and with the amount of customizability they've given you, there's so much you can do, and it's something I'm just so excited for. As a person who's played Tenkaichi 3 via non-sustainable ways, I can say that I love the gameplay in Tenkaichi 3 probably more than any other fighting game, anime fighting game, not 2D fighting games. That's a whole different topic. But Raging Blast 2, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, those have my favorite gameplay, and the fact that they're bringing it to modern consoles so I can play it without using emulators, it makes it so much better and so much more accessible, not just to me, but to other people. You've seen people doing Budokai Tenkaichi 3 mods for ages, and the fact that now we're going to be able to do that, but with Sparking Zero, is just insane to me. You know the Jesus mod? They're going to be putting in the Jesus mod. We're getting the Jesus mod in 2024. We're getting the SpongeBob mods. We're getting all those mods in Sparking Zero, and it's going to be so much better and so much easier to look at because it's modernized. You can look at it so much clearer. You can look at it so much better, and it's so good for the anime community because not only does it spread around the fact that, hey, new Dragon Ball game, lock in, it makes it so other anime games can take that and try and make it better, which will in turn make other games even better. We could get a good Jujutsu Kaisen game and not Curse Clash. We could get Storm Connections 2, because Connections 1 clearly isn't. No, that's it. The Bleach game that's coming out already looks phenomenal. And I think I'm just assuming, but I think they probably looked at Sparking Zero and said, whoa, maybe we need to lock in, which I think most anime games should be doing. They should be or people who are developing it, they should be looking at Sparking Zero, specifically Sparking Zero, because I think Sparking Zero just does everything better compared to all the other fighting games, and try and add on to it or replicate it or make their own spin to it, you know, to make it, if there was a Naruto game where you could make it so Madara went back in time to try and fight Naruto, yeah, he would probably win, but that would be interesting, no? If Madara was like, instead of like doing all this shit, I'm just gonna try and find a way to go back into the past, have two of me fight Hashirama, or go back kill Naruto and Sasuke, or Sasuke tries to go back in time and stop Itachi before, you know, his fight with Itachi. Those could be so interesting and could flesh out characters so much more. Because besides the fights, you're probably there also for the characters. I think that just adds more layers to characters and makes characters so much more enjoyable, since you can find different things about them. But that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm super excited for Sparking Zero, and I can't wait. I'm going to be playing it so much on twitch.tv/TrustNo, as well as on the YouTube channel. You will be getting videos about it. It'll be different types of videos. Just you guys wait. Don't worry. You're going to get Sparking Zero content. I think majority of anime fans, if not everyone, is going to be making Sparking Zero content. I know Sauce came out with a Sparking Zero video. That video is fire. Go like it up. But that's it for me, guys. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are excited for Sparking Zero. Make sure you freeze that like button. You know what I'm saying? And with that, guys, I'm going to see you guys later. Goodbye.